Yeah, I'm just typing in my stream to link this channel. All right, I'm sure. all right. I'm pretty sure I'm live. So, hello everybody. Welcome back to the CASP marathon. I'm Ryan Ford, and all right. I don't mean to rush too hard, but I'm gonna actually count down for the timer real quick and then talk about the category. So if you're ready, Dave, I'll start from 3. 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, yeah, I kind of overbooked myself, so I gotta go do commentary for the Super Metroid tournament in about an hour. So hopefully this run goes okay. So yeah, roughly the first 25 seconds or so is yeah, all this text mashing. We do tease runners if they don't make it out of the house before 25. According to my timer, it seemed to be around like 24.8-ish, so kind of close. But yeah, so this category for Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening DX is any percent, no wrong warp, no out of bounds. So the ruling, so no wrong warps. So the big one is like the infamous doghouse glitch, which you're able to pretty much beat the game in like 2 minutes through ace, or even no ace is still like under 5 minutes, so it's a incredibly short category. And yeah, no out of bounds. So out of bounds is if Link goes inside solid tiles by more than 3 pixels, because he can naturally clip into solid tiles by up to 3 pixels, so like fences, walls, trees, and stuff like that. Alright, so this beach farming's a huge instance of RNG at the start of the run, unfortunately. So the enemies there each have a 50% chance to drop a rupee, and I'm also duplicating them by trying to have them land on Link and his shield on the same frame, so that it'll collect it twice. So I ended up with 7, and then cutting these grass tiles, you have it's 1 in 16 chance for a rupee to drop per grass tile, so that did kind of take a while to get 3 rupees, but yeah, we'll take it. My practice run earlier was significantly worse. I was like, I think I lost like 40 seconds just to the rupee farming compared to my PB's splits, and even more than that compared to my gold, so I made like 2 second mistake like in that whole segment, and the rest was just like time loss from RNG, so yeah. It might not have even been 2 seconds. Alright, so I forgot to issue the flashing lights warning when I took that death on purpose. So what happened there? So I sold a shovel because it costs 200 rupees, and I'm gonna need it to dig up the slime key for Dungeon 3. And then also that bow is really overpowered, so especially for the early game, so we take it now. It's also, because it costs 980 rupees, so definitely don't want to farm for that. So and we also need 16 arrow shots to kill the final boss, and the bow is the most convenient item to get in this category, because there are other ways to defeat him. Oh, to defeat the final boss, but 16 arrows is the most convenient in this route. And yeah, so I save and quit on the same frame that I bought the bombs twice, so it didn't actually spend the money, but it put the bombs in the inventory. And then with the 10 rupees, I actually spent them on the trendy game to get the powder early. No Yoshi, unfortunately, because not gonna need to do the trade sequence in this run. Actually, I guess the only one that does, like, the only category that does the full trade sequence is, like, I think 100% glitchless, I think. So I've never actually like run either glitchless category. And yeah, so there I just skipped the cutscene that changes Terran back into human from a Tanuki. So normally you can use the powder, which I actually do have in my inventory, but it's also tied to a cutscene. So if you find a way to get two bombs on the screen at the same time, then it triggers the first sprite slot on that screen, which usually often is cutscenes or on-screen items. So with that, it skips the Terran cutscene, but also changes them back to normal as well. So it's faster to do the bomb trigger than to actually like do the intended way. And yeah, when you're transitioning screens, then so I got a frame perfect bomb trigger that time, so you can so I dropped the bomb as I was 1 pixel away from transitioning screens. I think if you're within 4 frames off, but not frame perfect, then you have to pause buffer and drop a second bomb after you transition screens. Which loses 2 seconds because the pause menu is kind of slow in this game compared to the original Link's Awakening for the original Game Boy, so like the colorless version. Opening up the pause menu is like 1 second in that game, and it's 2 seconds in this. So yeah, that shield bump to skip waiting for the spike cycle, the spike trap cycle. That one's pretty dangerous. If you get hit, because those do 1 heart of damage, and then they'll probably knock you into the pit, so you can lose like 1.5 hearts. So if I'm on low health, I'll usually opt to not go for that. But since I was at like pretty much near full health, then very down. Oh yeah, also I've been opening the save quit menu every time I open a chest, because it saves about 8 frames to skip the text. If the item in the chest has only 1 line of text, then it's faster to actually just go through the text box. So like rupees, I think, rupees in the chest, but we don't actually get rupees from chests in this category. So Moldorm, unironically, is like probably the hardest boss in this game, and he's the first boss. But you need to hit his tail and avoid falling into the pit. Otherwise, every time you fall into the pit, then his health will be back to full, and you have to redo the fight on top of that. So yeah, the janky part is that the hit detection prioritizes. So if you hit his head, you'll just clank and you'll recoil and bounce off of him. But the hit detection will prioritize hitting his head instead of his tail, so you actually have to be kind of precise when you're slashing at him. So that's why I kept jumping over him a lot to try and like get behind him. Behind him or in between his head and his tail, either or. Because yeah, you can easily get like bounce yourself into the pit by hitting his head by accident. Which actually, my second last practice run, that happened particularly. And I was like, oh my god, I haven't done that in years. Or haven't made that mistake in years, but it finally happened once, like, 2 days ago, so. Well, it's happened to me in practice, like, during those times. During that time span as well, but in runs, it's been, like, years since it's happened. Alright, so, going towards Dungeon 2. So, first off, going to Moblin Cave to defeat the Moblin King, because they kidnapped the good boy, Bow Wow. So I need to go rescue him to get access to Dungeon 2. So, King Moblin over here. Oh, that's really bad. Okay, yeah, so he has 8 health, and okay, cool, I still 2-cycled him at least. So he has 8 health, your spin slash does 2 damage with the level 1 sword, and regular slashes do 1 damage. So, yeah, you can do like 5 and 3 or 4 and 4 to kill him. Alright, here's the good boy, Bow Wow. Or, well, speedrunners mostly hate him. He can be a hindrance most of the time. So yeah, I did a trick there called the flock clip, where what's it called? If you activate a text box on a interactable tile in between a solid tile, then Link can move, like, move a little bit away from the interactable tile. So the rock there. Oh my gosh, I just misinput. Okay, whoops. But yeah, and yeah, so I was holding left as I interacted with the rock that's like too heavy to carry or too heavy to lift. So it pushed me in between the tree when I was slightly clipped into the tree earlier. And with that, that saves going around the swamp to get to Dungeon 2. And then Bow Wow actually eating that plant to get access to the dungeon is RNG as well. Like, how long he'll take to eat is random. He also didn't eat the one that was like right in the center, which also is kind of slow. Because you have to kind of maneuver around a little bit. And walking around in shallow water and grass also halves Link's movement speed as well. So you don't want to like trudge through the water like more than you have to. Which is the reason that usually I'll be jumping a lot if I'm like trying to walk across grass or shallow water as well. Unless if I boots dashing once I get the Pegasus boots, which I don't have yet. And yeah, gonna be doing in this category Dungeon 2 in 2 visits, because once I get most of the later game items, and it'll be actually faster to finish it up right before I go to the end game, because it's directly on the way to the final dungeon, final boss. So we'll beat it after beating the rest of the dungeons. And yeah, I'm kind of manipulating Bow Wow to eat some of these enemies. So if you enter the screen on like certain positions, certain tiles, then usually Bow Wow will eat them. And I'm trying to rack up kills for Dungeon 3 to get an item called the Piece of Power. More on that in a bit. Right now I'm gonna do, what's this called? Villa Skip. So you can cancel falling into pits or drowning in water or lava by pausing on the same frame. So once I heard like the sound of like Link falling into the pit as I paused, kept pause buffering, then it pushes Link down a little bit. So then there's a tile that you can stand on there, or part of a tile you can stand on that's not a solid tile. So it zips you down into the villa in the wrong direction. So going backwards through the villa pretty much. And then, yeah, when I entered the bottom screen, yet again, there was a bunch of bush tiles that Link can't stand on. So when Link enters the screen, then it'll zip him down to whatever tile is available below him. So that way I was able to also zip out of the villa by going in between 2 tiles and being obstructed by the bush. So Dungeon 3. So yeah, so I'm going to be trying to get... So yeah, if you get 30 kills... you get a piece of power drop. Also, if you get 12 kills without taking a hit, the Guardian Acorn also drops, which I don't want, because the Guardian Acorn also doesn't count towards your kill count if it drops from the enemy. But piece of power increases Link's movement speed by 25% and doubles his sword's damage as well, and gives a knockback effect as well, which unfortunately also gives enemy increased invincibility frames. Unfortunately, I think I'm exactly 1 kill short, due to Bow Wow not eating one specific enemy earlier before Villa Skip. That's kind of unfortunate, but no well. And yeah, there's a trick I was gonna try and do called French Press, which is like a shield bump trick to get this nightmare key slightly early and to save 1 bomb, but I don't remember how to do the movement without Piece of Power. Actually, I think I remember now after thinking about it for a bit. Alright, there's the Piece of Power. Yeah, so I was 1 kill short, unfortunately. It's in that previous room. I'm supposed to get it. And yeah, so doing Dodongo Skip, which, so if you super jump, which, the other trick I forgot to mention. So with the feather, walls that have ledges on them, which most walls inside dungeons have, then you can if you jump while facing away from the wall, then you can get like that ledge jump as well after you jump with the feather. So with that, Link is kind of like intangible, like he'll go through solid tiles, so like those blocks. And I was able to change my trajectory by clanking off of the Dodongo snake, so I did it twice. Which also skips needing 2 keys to get to that underground section as well on the way to this boss. And then yeah, the piece of power there helps to kill that boss faster. There also is some jank where with the piece of power, the extra invulnerability frames that enemies get if they don't die to the hit, then that boss Slime Eye, so when you start splitting him up, he'll start to reform as well, but it's like frame rule based, like when he'll start reforming. But if you're on during the extended iframes, if you're on like the frame rule that he's supposed to regenerate, then he'll like not split. So that's why I had to slash him like 3 times before he started splitting the first time, because I happened to be on the bad frame rule a bunch of times. Okay, so okay, so there's not Japanese exclusive glitches, but when after Dungeon 1, there was some kids I talked to. In any version except for English, if you when you're talking to those kids, if you press B to go through the text box, it'll only have 1 text box for whatever reason, instead of having like it's like 12 or something. Like the kids will be like stuttering a bunch of times because they're trying to explain that Bow Wow got kidnapped. But yeah, for whatever reason, yeah, in like any like non-English version, then it'll just dismiss the text after 1 text box. Only if you press B and not A. Alright, so here, bomb trigger for because normally Marin's supposed to sing to move this walrus out of the way. But since she's not here, then I had to bomb trigger the cutscene. But also, you'll end up soft locking if the cutscene plays while you're still on that screen. So I set up my subpixels in a specific way to leave the screen on the same frame that the cutscene was supposed to play. And if you do that, then the game the flag for the cutscene being played, like the game thinks that the cutscene already happened. So a byproduct of that though, your all of your buttons are locked, like AB start select, so I couldn't use items or pause or anything, so that's why I damaged down and took a death as well. Because you need to when your buttons are locked out like that, then you need to change submaps, like entering a cave or a house or something. But you can also just die, which also helps. And in this category, dying's faster, whereas compared to some other categories, like no save quit, wrong warp, and out of bounds, I would actually go to a cave that was on the far side of the desert. Oh, I also mismenued here. Whoops. I need the shield for oh, I went the wrong way. But hey, that got me an arrow. That's cool. Yeah, so I want to shield bump these Armoses out of the way. So any of the real, or the I guess real Armoses, the ones that come to life, you can bump them with your shield and move them out of your way. So for some of those, I was clipped into some of those pillars as well, so that I wouldn't get pushed back and could also push them further to the side. Alright, my bad. Yeah, so I was quiet a bit because I used an audio cue for when to boot stash for this fight with the Armos King. This guy also does like 1.5 hearts of damage, so if you mess up this fight, you can like easily die. I did get lucky getting a heart drop somewhere. I didn't even notice when I got it, so I have 4 instead of 3, because when I took that death on purpose, then when you save and continue, then you end up with 3 hearts again. So some of these arrows that are dropping, I'm also trying to dupe them as well by holding my shield out if I can. Oh, you jerk. Oh, and also, Oh no, it's gonna hit me. Yep. Oh, the bush gave me a heart, and I also lost a heart from getting, like, blown away by that bomb, too. And got knocked down the screen. So, going for a Jesus jump here. Oh, that was frame perfect, the second try. Cool. So, yeah, so how I mentioned about the pit buffer when I did Villa Skip earlier. So, same with canceling drowning as well. But if you cancel drowning, Link will be standing on the water, or lava as well, for 1 frame. So you can buffer a jump if you have Feather equipped as well. And you can also transition screens, and with the community's ruling, it's not considered a solid tile, like standing on open water like that. And then, what am I doing here? Oh yeah, so I'm in Dungeon 6. Yeah, I'm pretty comfortable with 3 hearts. If I was down to, like, 2 or less, I'd be maybe uncomfortable. I got decent RNG as well with those enemies there. I didn't get owned, at least. Hey, the familiar Mario characters. Yeah, there's also boos. Not the ghosts that I scared away in Dungeon 2. Those are different enemies, but there are actual, like, boos in this game. But they're in Dungeon 5. Dungeon 5, I think? I just forget where they are. I know there's Cheep in Dungeon 5. I forget if the boos are there as well. But shouldn't be seeing those in this category, though, unfortunately. Oh yeah, the Kirby in Dungeon 7. Get a sneak peek at that. Wart from Mario Bros. 2. Unfortunately, since we're not running Hundo, we're not gonna see that guy. Because yeah, we're actually required to get a Ocarina song from him in Hundo. No wrong work, no out of bounds. Alright, so doing a super jump here. It's a 3 pixel wide vertical window to get a proper super jump there. If you're too high, you'll super jump and get stuck inside the wall, which is a soft lock. So then you'll have to actually just save and quit and go back to the start of the dungeon. And you'll also have to go through that long tile room again that I was in earlier. Yeah, so these horse heads are RNG as well. Oh, second try. I was gonna set them up so over there to be able to start just like mashing A lot. Or mashing bracelet a lot to pick up and throw them. To spend 1 second per 2 throws. And you know, it's just RNG. Like, it's 2 50-50s for it to be standing upright in this game. And you need both of them to be upright when you throw both of them. So essentially, yeah, 1 in 4 chance, so by getting like 4 tries average generally. Alright, so Facade. So his hitboxes spawned before like he actually spawns. So before his text box comes up, you can get some free bomb hits. And you can turn this into a 2-cycle fight instead of a 5-cycle, because his face normally disappears after each hit once like the fight is actually active. But yeah, because he yeah, because of that glitch, then yeah, you're able to get like 3 early hits in on him. So yeah, Bomb Boys, this is purely for swag. Also, what up, Corin? There's another community member over here. So I meant to try to get this bomb trigger to skip the owl's landing and flying away animation. This bomb trigger saves only like 2 seconds though, so it's pretty minor. So I need to do a series of Jesus jumps since I don't have the flippers. And this part is really difficult, like, to optimize in runs, because you'd ideally like to get a frame perfect pause every time you touch the water. But yeah, Yeah, I've been 1 or 2 frames early every time so far. Oh, that was okay. I think there was like 2 3 buffers and 3 2 buffers, so not the worst. I generally say usually like getting roughly like 3 extra pauses in total is like pretty solid. Because yeah, you lose about 2 seconds per extra pause, so yeah, how many extra pauses did I have that time? Like 7, I think. Oh, I mismenued. Whoops. I know I equipped Feather. So I'm gonna try the French bonks, as we call it. Oh my god, I just lost all the time saved from this left side route instead of going up. So going this way saves like 0.2 seconds normally. Or I guess if you get crappy RNG with the Buzz Blob getting in your way, then it doesn't really save any either. Yeah, French bonks, or le bonks, as the community calls it. So yeah, you can use your boots to bonk across that pit tile, or those 2 pit tiles, instead of going through the blue woods. Oh my gosh, I feel so called out. missing the easy things. Oh yeah, I also did forget to mention about with the menus in this game. So because the items are you can put the items like anywhere on your pause menu, then different runners usually have different menu routes. I've honestly forgotten mine. I have like a notepad like with the inputs in like each section for like the menu, assuming that I didn't like miss menu somewhere. But due to not remembering, then I just kind of have like the important items kind of like in a square around each other at the top currently. It's mostly like, I guess there's like 5 important items currently. It's like, yeah, the boots, feather, sword, bombs, and arrows. So I kind of just have them all kind of like near each other, and then I move the so I moved the shovel to the very bottom because I don't need it anymore after I dug up the key for Dungeon 3. And then I shouldn't be using the shield for the rest of the game now after the Armor Space. Hey, frame perfect pause, nice. So you can shoot a bomb arrow at that cracked block to blow it up. But if you get a frame perfect pause on that water tile there, then oh, another frame perfect one. Then yeah, it saves 1 second to clip into the cracked block instead of doing 2 menus. And also saves 1 bomb and arrow as well, since not using a bomb arrow on top of that. Well, yeah, another thing I forgot to mention, so with the feather, so if I'm jumping diagonally, it's faster than walking diagonally. Alright, I'll talk about more about that in a bit. Another trick. I need to super focus. Ah, dang. Okay, I missed it. It's fine. Alright, so, okay, I went for the harder version of the P-Hat Clink, so since I'm already here, I'm gonna do the easier version now. Yeah, so this skips a puzzle that's RNG as well, and lets you get the Nightmare Key early instead of going to like a underground section. And here, don't blink. Alright. So also sometimes I've been pausing to skip the boss's texts when entering fights. So it's convenient to do a menu there if you need a menu as well. So spin slash and 2 bomb arrows could take out the anglerfish easily. Yeah, so with Link's movement, so if Link is moving horizontal, sorry, if he's moving straight, then he moves, his speed is at 16 subpixels per frame. And if he's moving diagonally, he moves at 12 subpixels per frame. But then if you're jumping diagonally with the feather, you move at regular speed, the 16 subpixels per frame. So if you have to move diagonal for like long enough, then it's optimal to jump than to walk diagonally. So yeah, so I beat Dungeon 6 before Dungeon 4 because if you enter the southern half, if you go to the southern half of the world map after Dungeon 4, then a ghost will appear and you have to help him with the side quest before you're able to enter any more dungeons. So but yeah, for whatever reason, if you have the level 2 power bracelet, which I got in Dungeon 6, then that prevents the ghost from spawning after you beat Dungeon 4. So that's why I went to 6 instead of 6 first, before 4. So yeah, most categories except for Hundo, because the ghost side quest is required, then most other categories usually do Dungeon 6 first. So this is my favorite category. I mean, sorry, my favorite dungeon in most categories except for Hundo. So I got good RNG with that Helmosaur moving to the right, so you can jump and spin slash to hit around his face mask. Oh, also, another random thing. So these keys that fall from the sky, when they land on Link, it's frame rule dependent whether you'll like save or lose a quarter of a second. But when it falls on top of Link, either he'll collect it without it bouncing once it falls on him, or it'll fall through him and then bounce once, and then he'll collect it the second time it lands on him. So yeah, and it's 50-50 frame rule dependent, whether you'll just save a quarter second or lose a quarter second to that. And yeah, since we can't manipulate that in any way, it's just a straight coin flip whether you save a tiny bit or not. So yeah, so I overkilled Master Stalfos 1 and got a key drop, which is normally not intended, but because of bomb arrows and being able to damage him faster, then I killed him for the key because it saves I think it's 3 seconds compared to doing the intended route to get to the boss. And then, yeah, the mini-boss music wasn't stopping until it got reset by, well, when I entered Master Stalfos 2, then it, the game played the mini-boss music again, so it canceled out the other one. So it fixed the glitch where the music kept playing. Also, so true, like, there are some really dedicated people that have, like, scienced the crap out of this game. There's so many broken glitches. The randomizer also goes crazy for this game, too. Alright, so pretty tough jump coming up here. I was early. So I gotta jump on, like, hey, nice. Ideally on the last frame before I run off into that pit. And also, I want to be in between 2 pit tiles, so Link will kind of get, like, he can walk a little bit extra before he starts getting, like, dragged to the pit. Oh, wow, another... another right movement, so... 1 in 4 chance both times, so I got, like, really lucky on the Helmosaur. And yeah, so the early Nightmare Key, so normally you're supposed to pull out that bridge with the hookshot, but I don't have the hookshot because I need to kill Master Stalfos 4, which is this guy right here. Oh, I mismenued. I'll fix the menu on the next menu. I meant to move the shield down to where I moved the oh, whoops. Yeah, so after you get the hookshot there, it takes a bit for it to like update in your inventory. So if you save and quit before you before it actually like ends up in your inventory, you won't have it. And then you have to go back to Master Stalfos 4 in that room and fight him again to get it again. So I almost preemptively save quit, which would have been a disaster if that happened. And yeah, you can clip through that block. Well, you can clip inside it and spam your hookshot, and you can just go completely through, like, those blocks to the other side. Which is incredible cheese. And then another tech skip here with this menu. Alright, there you go. Fix my menu a little bit. Yeah, so Slime Eel here. Usually getting a 2-cycle is pretty free in most categories, as long as you don't have Piece of Power or Red Tunic. Which, in 100%, no wrong warp, not out of bounds. A lot of, usually our tradition for marathons is to, have a bid war, whether to pick the Red Tunic or the Blue Tunic after you complete the color dungeon, so... If you get Red Tunic, you could be at the mercy of RNG, whether you'll 2-cycle that fight or not. Because, yeah, the extra iframes from Red Tunic or Piece of Power makes it so that you... If he spawns close to you when you pull him out, then you won't be able to get 4 hits in. And he takes 8 hits to kill, regardless of your sword's power. So, whether it's level 1 sword or... Level 2 sword with Red Tunic, it'll still take 8 hits either way. Oh, I fat-fingered the pause button. Whoops. Yeah, so I'm using, so I'm playing on my Game Boy player, and I'm using a GameCube to SNES RAFnet adapter. And the start button is also mapped to the X button as well. And select is mapped to Y, so when I was mashing A, I fat-fingered the X button on my SNES controller, so... Paused by accident. Alright, so gonna make my way to Dungeon 7. Oh, well, first, you do a, need to get the Rooster Key. So normally you would need the Ocarina and Song 3. So when we mentioned Wart, so to get the Frog Song of Soul. But if you... So you can do a trick called hookshot jumping over over pit tiles. There's like 1 frame when the hookshot comes back to Link where he can jump if he's over pit or water or lava. And with that we can jump over all the pit tiles that you're normally supposed to fly over with the blue rooster once you revive it with the Frog Song of Soul. So yeah, entirely skipping like the need for the ocarina and that song, which that song also costs 300 rupees, so you'd have to farm a lot of money to even like get the song, on top of going back to Mabe Village where I started the run from, the beginning village, to get the ocarina from over there too. So it'd be a pretty big detour for both. So I'm gonna save and quit here. Which causes a glitch on the Dungeon 7 boss, Evil Eagle. As long as I don't visit a screen that has a warp tile on it from now till then. Uh-oh. Ah, jeez. Okay, well. I wasn't sure, because when I shot the hookshot, there's this like weird thing that sometimes happens where the chain of the hookshot will look really distorted, so I missed the visual cue for it, so I actually missed the frame that I needed. So yeah, so when the hookshot comes to Link's nose... Whoops. Yeah, when it comes back to Link's nose here, then I open the save quit menu, and then so when I use the save quit menu or item menu to pause, it advances the game 1 frame at a time, but you might have noticed that I opened the map after I got the frame I needed. And map buffers advance the game 4 frames at a time. So, yeah, once the hookshot's touching Link's nose, if you advance the game 4 frames with the map buffer, then you'll be on the frame that you need to jump. You can do that trick unbuffered as well, but it's frame perfect. And then, because you have to do at least 2 hookshot jumps to get over that pit, it's double frame perfect. But if you do miss the frame, if you don't fall into the pit, you can shoot the hookshot out again before you actually fall. So you can have like multiple tries at it before you actually like fall in the pit. As long as you land on like the corner of the pit tiles, then it'll kind of like drag Link towards the pit before he actually falls. So sometimes you'll still get an instant fall because it is still as you're getting dragged in, it's also like frame rule based depending on like when you'll fall in the pit or not. So sometimes you can just have a bad frame rule and like instantly fall anyway. So that's why that's scary sometimes. So I was trying to make Bow Wow eat that cutscene, but same as Dungeon 6. So if you it's weird. It's like when you throw that rock away, as soon as the rock particles disappear, then if you touch the key slot, then usually it'll manipulate Bow Wow to eat the cutscene, so then you can move freely. But then the dungeon won't be spawned, so you have to like leave the screen and then re-enter the screen, which it saves like a minor amount of time if you get it. Alright, so... Oh yeah, hi and bye, Kirby. So, you're gonna be doing bomb triggers here instead of, So, there's a room to the right that has a metal ball, and, if you play this game casually, you'll probably know that this dungeon's, like, pretty frustrating to figure out for the first time. Like, how to get the metal ball around and, like, to break these pillars, but... Since the pillars are tied to a cutscene, then you can just, bomb trigger them away. So this ends up being one of the shortest dungeons in the run. I'm not sure which is shorter between this and Dungeon 4, but so both of them are like really broken, then they're very short, even in like no wrong work, no out of bounds. So yeah, with that, we're able to collapse the what is it? The 4th floor into the 3rd floor. And gonna be trying a trick here called Goomba Surf. Hey, first try. Nice RNG. So, I needed that top Goomba that I bounced off of to move to the right, which is a 1 in 4 chance on RNG. If it moves up, then you can hope it'll move right the next time afterwards, instead of resetting the room. But yeah, since he moved to the right very first try, then I got really lucky. Because yeah, every time you reset the room, it loses like 3 seconds, about. So when I did that save and quit, inside the Rooster Cave for the Rooster Key, then that I mentioned, then the bottom of the screen is not solid, so you can shoot a projectile that will like wrap around and hit the evil eagle once he's off screen. So I was able to screen wrap my hook shot, basically, and stun lock him to death. So yeah, you can also use arrows. You use your sword beams if you have level 2 sword, like in Hundo. Magic rod if you have that. I don't have that yet, so I'm on my way to get that item. So here, open the save quit menu, which lets Link, after he like jumps off a ledge, you can actually move to the side if you open the save quit menu. So you can avoid falling in that pit, because you'll fall to the bottom of the mountain and it loses like around a minute, because you have to climb back up to get back here. So you can, yeah, open your save quit menu and then just hold left after. And then want to skip talking to Marin here as well. Somehow the Moblins put her up here. Oh my gosh. I got a really late pause input for whatever reason there. Yeah, so if you talk to her, it loses like 40 seconds in Japanese, because you get a lot of text. So you like talk to her, and then her dad comes and talks to you both. And then they run off somewhere, and then the owl comes and talks to you after. So it loses a lot of time if you talk to her by accident. But yeah, by staying on the bottom of the screen, you can just, very bottom of the screen, you can just jump past her with a boot stash. In Hundo, there's a swag strat with the boomerang called the Zoomerang, but yeah, unfortunately, it's Hundo only, because the boomerang's just really far out of the way to get. Damn, all these jerks are in the way, too. So here, I'm clipping into the wall to not get knocked back by this flame spout. So that's a big skip, which skips needing the level 2 shield, which I skipped getting in Dungeon 7 just now. In Hundo, even, like, since we get the level 2 shield for 100% reasons, using the shield, Link moves really slow while blocking the flames, so it's still faster to do that damage boost, like even in Hundo. And yeah, you really don't want to get double hit by the flames, because you lose 2.5 hearts per hit, so it can be pretty brutal. Alright, so bomb arrows over here. And give me doing, so a few times I've been doing what's called a book shot. So if you have hook shot on B and feather on A and you press both on the same frame, then when Link hooks onto something, it'll pull him in twice as fast. And there's a 2 pixel wide window there where you can clip into that key block if you do a book shot. So I was lining up my position because yeah, it's only like 2 pixels wide. So. And then yeah, fighting Blano, 4 spin slashes to take him out. And now we've got the magic rod, or some community members call it the Wang. Which will come up later once I hopefully don't mess up a visual glitch that does not save time at all. Doesn't lose time either. Oh my god, I paused Omega early here. It's like 3 frames early. Yeah, so you can do lava swim. So if you pause on the lava in transition screens, then if you have flippers, then Link can swim in the lava. And I equipped my sword and swung my sword as well because whoops. Because it's 50-50 sub-pixel dependent whether Link will actually swim in the lava when you screen transition. Or you'll end up soft locking and just like continuously like drown in the lava but not take damage constantly. So then you have to save and quit or hard reset to get out of it. So if you swing your sword as you're about to screen transition, then it consistently sets your sub-pixels to the correct value so that you can avoid that soft lock. And then yeah, we call the Roomba room. So if you push the rolling rock, there's a ton of different patterns you can do to fill up the whole room. And then you can also jump a bunch of times to get closer to the chest as well, to optimize. I think that's a frame early. Yeah, okay. Yeah, 1 frame early. Alright, so Hothead. So open the map to skip his text. And then gonna try to one-cycle him. Oh, I didn't get it. So he takes oh, whoops. Ah, I failed it. So I was trying to open the save quit menu on the same frame that I got the final hit, because you can skip all that text, which saves 3 seconds if you get a frame perfect pause on it. Alright, and here's the Wang boys. So that's why we call that the Wang. But yeah, yeah, so Hothead, in certain quadrants of the rooms, the far right and the very bottom of the screen, if you hit him with the magic balls, with your magic rod, then he won't take damage. So on the first cycle, I think I hit him like 7 times, but because I got a bad RNG on his spawn, then he went in some of the invulnerable zones right away. So then like two of my hits didn't count, or 3, I think. The shell didn't break, so I think it was 3 out of like 4 hits like didn't count because he was in the invulnerable zone. So he'll like have the animation of like getting hit and like flash and everything, but he won't actually take damage. So then because of that, yeah, it caused a 2 cycle for that. So I have to kill these enemies in this specific order to spawn the Nightmare Key chests. And then did another glitch with the hook shot. So if you hook shot into a pot and pick it up, then Link is intangible for whatever reason. So that's why I just walked through that Zol, and then so that I could throw the pot at the Pole's Voice, the rabbit enemy, the bunny enemy. And then I killed the Zol with the hook shot, because the Pole's Voice can only really be killed by only a few certain items. So like arrows, bombs, yeah, throwing the pot at it. And, like playing the ocarina, but I don't have that, so. Yeah, so if you clip into a wall, and, with the genie's bottle, or pot, and you, throw it to the left while clipped into the wall, then you can, break it in 1 cycle instead of 3 cycles. So it, significantly speeds up this fight. Oh, I got the side wing this time. Oh wow, I golded the split. Nice. 2-second gold. Oh, whoa. I know I gotta up press there. Oh, I was supposed to equip bombs, I forgot, not the feather. Whoops. That's my bad. Alright, so reaching the final dungeon, yeah, so off of this pace, my switch says best possible time is, oh, what? Oh my god. Best possible time is 53:49, but, well. Oh, I got the 3rd try frame perfect, that's funny. Alright, that's fine. Because, yeah, if you don't get, when you do a bomb trigger, you can, as long as you're within 4 frames, away from, the screen transition as you drop the bomb, so then you can, if you're not frame perfect, you can pause and then buffer a bomb drop, and, you can still trigger you can still do a bomb trigger, but if you get it frame perfect as you transition, that, it'll automatically drop the 2nd bomb free, which also saves 2 seconds because you don't need to pause as well. Yeah, so, yeah, maybe 2.5 minutes left for the run, if, like, no mistakes. I can easily, lose a lot of time from, like, shenanigans, like. So there's a lot to talk about here. So first off, since I didn't read the book with the magic lens in the library, then, the pattern is default to left, left, up, right, right, up, left, up, here. And then it changes to whatever's in the book if you read the book. And, I'm gonna be doing a bomb trigger here to try and skip 12 seconds worth of text at the start of this fight. And then, move to a specific pixel, which, the Nightmare in the Blob phase has been manipulated to, I think it's coordinates 0, 0. I could be wrong about that, but if you hold your sword on the very bottom pixel of him, you can damage him instead of having to use powder. And, yeah, because of that bomb trigger, you can, set it up. And then, yeah, I'm trying to manipulate to not get, blue balls. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, I failed the manip. So I can lose a lot of time here, because it's like 8 seconds per cycle here. Oh, god. And I messed it up on the 3rd cycle, so I have, like, actually 2 cycles left on top of that. Okay, 1 more cycle. So yeah, I'm at the mercy of RNG, so it's 50-50 whether I get a energy ball or a blue ball. Alright, cool. It's only 2 blue balls, so it's not the worst. And then, if you hit this, Moldorm phase before he starts moving, then, he'll have less iframes, and you can stun lock him before he, starts running loose. Which, saves a lot of time. It takes 16 hits to kill. I think I might have actually over-killed him, but that's okay. And then the Ganon phase takes 12 hits with the level 1 sword, but you have to spin slash or boot dash into him. And then Shadow Lamola takes 1 spin slash or 1 boot dash to kill. And then now Deathel, or Deatheye, he takes 16 arrows to kill. I have a lot of extra ammo for marathon safety for the most part, but... Oh, shoot. He actually gave me a pretty fast eye open for... Wow, okay. All 4 cycles were really fast, but I have to do a 5th. That was crazy RNG, wow. For the eye opens. Dang, if I got the same RNG, even with that extra cycle, and if I didn't miss the manip, I would have saved time on the segment, probably. It's funny. Alright, and time. My bad, I forgot to say time was when the screen fades to white. But yeah, yeah, so that's Link's Awakening DX, any percent, no wrong warp, no out of bounds. Yeah, 54.25, it's not bad. Admittedly, I might actually use this VOD for submission videos, because I don't really have an up-to-date one for this category. So the the one that I often use a lot is like from Big John's marathon, like 3 years ago or 4 years ago, and like I think it was like 6 seconds over estimate, due to also failing that manip on Aghanim and losing like half a minute to like 4 extra cycles or something like that. So yeah. Hey, thank you. Yeah, I maybe should have asked someone to commentate the run, but I did ask one person, but he was busy, so. But I'm decently comfortable with like self-commentating this run, so it's like not too bad. Some other games like Super Metroid, I like need a commentator for that game. That game's impossible to talk while playing. Alright, so yeah, if you like what you saw, if you'd like to give me a follow at Ryan_Ford522, the shout out is there, so you can click on it. Yeah, make sure to donate. And one big spiel before I go. Yeah, thanks Dave for running this event, because thinking about yeah, like male suicide and stuff, like my brother took his life in October. And you know, it very much aligns with this marathon, so like it means a lot, and hopefully be able to like prevent situations like that with like other people. So thank you very much for running this, and thank you everybody for donating and raising $423 already in the first like couple hours. It's super dope. So yeah, so I gotta go commentate that Super Metroid tournament match. I've been seeing I'm getting like pinged and DM'd and stuff, so I gotta head out. Alright, and good luck for the rest of the marathon and the next runners coming up. So I'll catch y'all later.